Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay. The 400 returns yet again for the final, I guess, 2 parts of our entire Remedyverse trilogy of Alan Wake 1 into Control into Alan Wake 2. This is going to be the final DLC of Alan Wake 2, which again I think is about probably 2 parts worth, called The Lake House, where we will descend into a federal Bureau of Control research facility and unravel the mysteries lurking within. This takes place before the end of the game when you talk to Estevez, Agent Estevez, in the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Whereas Night Springs, I am now finding out, this is obviously post me doing it, Night Springs is canon, but also not canon. It's not exactly directly in line. The 3 stories that are in Night Springs, 3 episodes, are failed Alan Wake written Night Springs scripts for the TV show itself. So they're not like a continuous, totally real thing, but I'm sure plenty of the Night Springs situations, maybe more so with Jesse's and Tim's or Sean's, the Timebreaker one, are a little bit more believable than the Rose one, which is probably pure fan fiction. So it's have to piece apart, but maybe not take directly real. Whereas the Lake House, I'm assuming, is just a side story during the main campaign, which we will now dive into. We also get to see if playing as Estevez allows me to have the ray tracing on.
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls. 1970, 76, 8. Last one was in 2010.
Yep.
It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most. We knew it was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again. After the A.W.E. in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the Threshold and Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside.
Mm-hmm.
Your tax dollars at work.
Hmm.
When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop.
Yep.
I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving. This is Agent Kiran Estevez responding to an A.W.E. alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons.
Oh.
So much for the welcome wagon. You all set up the perimeter. We're on the Threshold's doorstep, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
A threshold in the open world? I see. The Lake House? Also, signs point to probably no ray tracing. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Agent Kiran Estevez, requesting entry. I don't have time for this. This shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything, radio me.
Roger that.
It's so wild how good this game looks. It's crazy.
The lake house was run by the research department. Research and investigations don't really see eye to eye.
Nope.
What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama. Your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
Yeah, the way this is being narrated, Estevez is talking to Saga inside the sheriff's station. We're standing right there by the PCs in the office. Yeah, I figured we're gonna go out of the wilderness pretty quickly here. Camera doesn't seem active.
Hello?
I can't
Agent
help.
Kiran Estevez,
Can't help but
Investigations
notice.
Department.
That this building has stilted columns as support. Very similar to the oldest house. Don't think I didn't see it, because I seen it. It has been seen. This is a nuts DLC. Good luck. Okay.
No one wants to check the individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No?
Oh no.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting day here at the Lake House. As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife.
Dr. Diana Marmont.
Hello.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility. We want to thank you all for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and dimensional coupling keep you from observing the proper safety protocols.
You said it, Diana. We run a tight ship here at the Lake House.
Fins.
So, always remember the 3 S's. Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
Yeah, that is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid fuck.
Wonderful joke, Jules. We'll see you down there.
Ha!
Yeah, that seems healthy.
So I realized too, also post the fact, because as Jessie, our sidearm, she got the same like police issue handgun.
It's locked.
I don't fully know what style it is, because could be totally made up. The reason why she had no recoil was because it's more like a tease at the service weapon she gets. Oh, we're back. We are back. Do not contaminate the lake house with unrelated art. Figures, ornaments, decorations, and other trinkets are forbidden on employee desks. Is that a drawing of a cat? With a little love symbol coming out of their bowl of food. Ramnus daily stand-up. No doodling. So instead of erasing the doodle, you scribbled it with dry erase marker. Yes, I'm sure that'll do it. I wonder what Estevez's whole mechanic is going to be. There's the cat again. Coffee inventory. Don't drink the coffee. You'll become coffee. Don't touch. All right. Well, damn. I can't. Anyway. The Lake House Daily. Good news. HQ still dark. That's good news? Why? What? Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. Oh. Nut allergy bad. More pie for the rest. We have coffee. Did the whole staff of the lake house drink contaminated coffee? Again, those are not directly in line, but it is interesting to think about. Deerfest this week. Bad news. HQ still dark. Oh, uh-huh. No Amma beer. It's good. Tried it. The artist is... I'm assuming it looks like it says dead. Like D-E-A-D. But it's been squinched this way. Erased this way. Someone stole the black whiteboard marker. All vacation time canceled. Yep. That checks out. This place is super tiny, at least this entry
Dr.
area.
Marmon's not here.
Which means it will not be super tiny.
I'll have to check downstairs.
Was this facility built? Is that not where the dock was to the fake house that is in Alan Wake 1? Wasn't that little island that turned into the actual house that you go to in Alan Wake 1? This is why this is called the lake house? Because it's by the fake lake house? Also, I didn't...
We must all be working on the lower levels.
Oh, how many lower levels are there? Experiment in progress. September 14th, 2023, Thursday. Science fact of the day. Though most famous for acting, Hedy Lamarr, also invented in her free time. She patented a frequency hopping device for torpedo guidance systems at the age of 38. Okay.
Changing passwords, huh?
Security and Technical Support Division to all departments. Subject update to computer password reset policy. Effective September 13th, which I guess was at least yesterday. I don't know if today is the 14th, but it could be. All computer passwords must be reset daily to address security concerns. We are aware this may be an inconvenient change and lead to difficulty remembering your passwords. We remember using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. Try using significant personal dates, coordinates, etc. Do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Please also remember, for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Thank you for your compliance. So is it 3814 or 1438? or 1348, something like that. Replacement keycard request form. Please fill out the fields below for before delivering the form to security. A new keycard will be issued to you once your request is processed. Name, Jules Marmont. Position, co-head of research. Required clearance, the highest one. I forget what it's called. Reason for replacement. My old card went missing. Just like that? Is it what missing? Just like that, huh? Something tells me that it's not the whole story. Indicate here if your card was stolen. How would I know if it was stolen or is lost? Why do you not put microchips inside to follow them if you are so concerned with this? I am the head of research and I expect a new card on my desk at the end of work today. So 4/18/2020. So April 18th, 2020. Subject of research, subject P. Pushing P. Subject P? Just 3 years ago in game time? Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess an intrinsic paranatural ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. Is it going to be a Dark Souls reference? The painter? We're going into a freaking painted world? The paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. This is the painter from the lodge from the first game that was out on the balcony painting stuff, like he was painting a scene of Alan before Alan did that scene. This effect can be proven multiple times and has an estimated 40 to 100% success rate. That's a pretty wide margin. So less than half the time he gets it right, or he gets it totally right. Note the lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that a painting's content will not be realized at some point in the eventual future. I guess that's fair enough. Researchers asked to reiterate their hesitance to publish any concrete statements surrounding the subject and his ability at the time, as the nature of the paintings and their paranatural effects have been exceptionally difficult to measure and quantify. Well, the lake entity, the dark presence, whatever, the A.W.E at the center of all this, interacts with art, be it music, writing, painting, etc. Conclusion: the subject is suspected to be a Class 2 parautilitarian. How many classes of parautilitarian are there? Though additional testing will be required to confirm this, at this time, his ability is not believed to be a direct threat to himself or others and can be controlled. The nature of his ability is to show current or future events via the art he creates, but the extent of this forecast cannot be determined by researchers with any high level of precision. There are 42 levels? I doubt that. Unlike the art created by Alan Wake, there is no evidence the subject's art is directly manipulating reality via the shadow's energy. Well, the password is going to need 6 digits. Six digits.
An experiment. That bodes well.
It does not. Look at these crazy Finnish dorks. I'm assuming they're Finnish, because obviously. Clearly when they were happier. Barrows University, on the recommendation of the facility and by the virtue of the authority vested in them, the trustees of Burroughs University have conferred on Jules Francois Marmot the degree of Doctor of Applied Science. Although they could be French. They could be French. The degree of Doctor of Applied Science and is entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. William, is it Devereaux? Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Paul Jensen, Dean of Barrows University. Federal Bureau of Control Special Service Certification. This exceptional contribution certificate is awarded to Jules Francois Marmont in grateful recognition of his outstanding contributions to the Bureau of Scientific Endeavors from Casper Darling, Head of Research. Casper Darling, Bricky's beloved. Notice of appointment from Dr. Casper Darling, head of research, to Dr. Jules Marmont, subject appointment as facility head. The senior leadership of the FBC has determined to appoint Dr. Jules Marmont as head of research at the facility at Cauldron Lake, Washington. The appointment will be shared with Diana Marmont, affected upon the facility's completion on July 18th. Okay, there's an 18 there. So it could be like 18, 14, 23 or something. There's an 18. What numbers we got? We have an 18. Casper Darling, head of... Okay, so we have an 18. Okay. Oh, 38 was the other number. The password is 69420. Funny joke, haha, but it needs to be 6 numbers. That's only 5. Try again. To my new fellow head of the lake house. Love, Diana. All right. Okay. We got a 14. We got a 38. 18, 14, 38. Some combination of those numbers. There's also a 13. The hint here is to say, do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. So if today's the 14th and this is dated the 13th, is the number a 13? So is it actually 13? I could just try them. I don't know. We could do 13, 18, 38.
That's not right.
Okay. This is too many combinations, though, honestly. We can try... Maybe it's in chronological order. So you do 18... 13, 38.
Damn it.
There was a clue as to the order? I would assume so. Oh, yeah. Permanent set of digits as the beginning, followed by numbers that change daily. So the first 2 numbers have to be something locked in. So I'm assuming 18. If he kept this date, the date of the appointment, as the 18, July 18. Maybe 18 is the first 2 numbers. And then we're solving, who knows, right? Because if he was keeping a set date or a set 2 numbers, then we've got 18 and then we got 13 and we got 38.
Nope.
That wasn't it. So if 18 is first, if that's the idea.
Come on.
This is a pretty wild one. 18, you do 38. 13.
Damn it.
18. 38, 14.
That's not right.
This is like so incredibly open-ended without anything else in the room, I don't think. We do 18, 14, 38.
Nope.
It's just if the permanent at the beginning followed by numbers that change. But how would I know what numbers change? Do not use birthdays. Okay. The current date. So we can't use 14 if today is the 14th. So 14 is out. One would assume that 14 is out. Or phone numbers. No phone numbers. We have 2-digit dates. We have a 13, a 38, I don't think the other dates would matter. This is definitely an interesting little one. Is there anything on these? Try 07 1838. Why 07? Oh, because you're thinking that it's like the whole... It's July 18th. You think so? We could... Yeah, so it's a month. Because that would be the significant that doesn't change. And then 38. Holy... Okay. Yep. Interesting. They used the month solve in that previous one inside the wellness center, where one of the digits was the month, or was it the year? One of the two, and it didn't actually have any hint about it at all, except the fact that it says that at least at the time, Saga noticed that they obviously are Europeans. They write day, month, year instead of month, day, year. Unlock door. I guess we had to do this anyway. We couldn't go anywhere if we didn't have the door unlocked. Damn. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't have bolded the word July. Yeah, it did say, yeah, that's fair. All right, security reminder from B. Lopez to staff. Hello, please remember to lock your computer before leaving your station for any amount of time. Changing your password daily does not improve our facility's security if you leave your computer open. Thank you, Brian Lopez, IT specialist. Pages request from P. Levine to J. Marmont. Dr. Marmont. Project Arbitus, I guess? Has officially requested we return the pages. We haven't, but we're not using them for any work on Project Ramnus. Romnus? And they are shared research material. So can I release them back to Arbitus? Sincerely, Dr. Perry Levine, senior researcher. Does next Wednesday work? This is this is the annual budget thing. Go fuck yourself, Jules. Oh, okay. I apologize for the difficulty. My wife is presenting, Harry. I believe she is suggesting that I would take her budgets or her project's budget an unfair and preposterous accusation. But I'm confident you understand. Understand that. I'll be happy to meet and discuss the annual budget. It is, of course, the head of research's job to oversee such work. Maybe Diana is no longer up to the task. Sincerely, Dr. Jules Marmont. This is from Diana now. I'm too busy to attend meetings, just to use the budget from last year, but make sure to specify that a specific percentage of the research budget is to go toward Project Arbitus, so certain individuals won't be tempted to slow down their competition by stealing resources. So, is Diana working on Arbitus? And Jules is working on Romnus? Those are the code names for their projects? Annual budget. Good morning. A friendly reminder that proposed annual budgets need to be sent at the end of this month. Every station is being asked to give a thorough breakdown of this year in effort to find areas where spending can be reduced. Should I book a time for us to speak about this and make a plan? All the best. Harry Kingston. This is just flavor. I think those are the two products that I may be working on, I guess. There's two projects happening here then. And there's something so spooky that gets added to the atmosphere with white noise static on a TV screen, especially when it's like an older CRT or a projection screen. It definitely is the aesthetic of Control, that's for sure. Dr. Marmart, here to remind you to put 100% effort today. He's got post-it notes on him with nothing on them. Is that just people putting them on this, or are the post-it notes spread to the lake house? We know in Firebreak the post-it note room is spreading. Security, safety, censorship. SSS. Remember the 3 S's. And an unaccompanied artist must be reported to security immediately. Any unaccompanied artist must be reported? What the heck? Also a big circle there. Not sure how relevant that is. Yo, donuts me?
That's handy.
Oh. Kiran gets a map. Oh, holy. This place goes 4 levels deep. There was nothing below. It must go into the ground, which makes no sense, but sure. Project Romnus, led by Jay. Okay, yeah. So Romnus is led by Jules, which means that the other one would be led by Diana, I guess. Involves paint and paintings, utilitarian, and Project Arbutus, led by Diana. Wake manuscript pages, Alan Wake involved. Okay, so Arbutus is all about the manuscript pages. Ooh. Okay. Marmonts, where are they? Experiment in progress, probably downstairs. These notes, this is Kiran writing on it, I'd assume. She wrote this stuff down. So you've got 4 floors, even though this looks like a boss arena. This looks like a boss fight arena. Hey guys, how do we make it not like a boss fight arena? Oh, I don't know. How about just a big rectangular room with nothing in it? Okay. They won't know. They've never played Souls games before or Final Fantasy games before. Of course not. This is a boss fight and a half. Some pretty terrible cable management going on, just saying. You didn't install any, like, under carpet or under floor tile, whatever. For the last cup of coffee, brew a fresh pot coffee. Maybe it might be French. Maybe they're French. Oh, hello. Avi Ramani to FBC personnel. Status update. Oldest house. To all staff, on-site observation teams report that the oldest house is still under active lockdown. I mean, the oldest house was under lockdown for like 3+ years so far? Well, Control came out in 2019, and Remedy likes to use current time, because the whole I haven't seen Alan Wake in 13 years thing is because the previous game came out 13 years prior. So has the oldest house been on lockdown for like 4 years? And this is lockdown even after Jesse turned off the slide projector? I wonder if this story will actually get opened up in Firebreak. It makes me wonder how much story will be in Firebreak, because it's just like a Left 4 Dead style, like, team extraction shooter kind of a thing. But this puts it... Wow. It's like 3 to 4 years of lockdown. I guess they can't open it until all the Hiss are defeated, even if the Trench's portal is closed, but there are still present Hiss, which is the point of Firebreak, to clean the oldest house out. Yeah, it can't be since 2019 because Trench and Darling appointed the heads in 2020. He did do that. Well, they were the heads out here, though. Interesting. So how long has the oldest house been on lockdown? Might have to check the control wiki for the dates. Because if that was 2019, did the lockdown happen in 2020? So it's been a couple of years? I don't know. I'm just trying to put like a timeline to it because this is obviously all connected. On-site observations, yes, yes, yes. Status of Director Trench, management team, and other personnel inside the oldest house at this time of the lockdown's initialization remains unknown. Observation teams have detected fluctuations in the redacted field, the Hedron field, I assume, originating from the oldest house as of redacted. Oh, the date is literally redacted, increasing in strength as it loops through a specific pattern every redacted hours. These readings are currently being analyzed by research staff in the Boston office. Any personnel with information pertaining to this signal should contact them immediately. Sincerely, Avi Ramani, supervisory agent. So the date that the lockdown happened is blacked out. Interesting. So we're not meant to totally know when, even though it's been somewhere in the years of time. Because we also don't know how long it took us in control to do what Jesse did. Was it literally a couple of days? Was it a couple of years? Did the process of doing what we do in control take a long time because of oldest house time dilation, whatever? All right, so these circles, there's a circle in push pins here. There's a circle on the board over there. On the whiteboard, sorry, the board is a different thing. There's actually a circle right there on the desk. Now, sure, it can be the FBC logo is a circle, but right here is a circle. There's a circle. There is a circle. Oh. There's a circle. What the hell? Obviously, the donuts are a circle, but let's not go too crazy. Is a cat? Is this the person that was drawing the cats? This is the person that was making the graphic design is my passion. The word art pages. Oh, there's a circle of paper. Okay. I feel really weird with like a big film camera right behind me. A circle of mugs. Okay. This desk is also covered in stickies. Did the post-it notes spread? Oh, man. Okay. Could also just be a reference. Well, that's not okay. They had a Richter scale. When was this on? These readings are fucking nuts. Look at the oscillation, whatever, vibrations. There's a circle of pen holders. Okay. Yep. A circle of circles. Urgent reminder, lake safety protocols. Please remember that the following recreational activities are forbidden in the waters of Cauldron Lake. These restrictions apply to both civilians and FBC employees. Fishing, redacted, swimming. Wait, it says boating. Boating. Okay, they're flipped. Applies to canoes, kayaks, motorized boats, etc. Using the water for redacted purposes. Water skiing, redacted in the water. I would assume peeing in the water, urinating in the water. Paddle birding. These activities can result in redacted in an estimated redacted percent of cases. If you are unclear about any of the restrictions listed above, please speak with redacted. One of those has to be skinny dipping, which is also swimming, just with no clothes on. Using water for, I don't know, drinking, bathing purposes. That's a long redacted in the water. What the fuck? That's not one line of it. Look at how long that sentence is. That's blah, 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 in the water. What? And please speak with blah, blah, blah. It's a long name. What the hell is that? Like the 8th down redacted in the water. What? It's so long. What could you be doing in the water that has that much of a description? Fishing, boating, skinny dipping, let's say, swimming. And there's another note, boating applies to canoes, kayaks, motorized boats, etc. They have to put it twice. Using the water for blank purposes. Water skiing, paddle birding, and then that huge long sentence. What the hell could that be? Something German? Maybe. One theory that was presented is that when the oldest house went into lockdown, it severed itself from time, so inside the house could only be a couple of days or hours, while outside it could be years. That's possible. That's possible, yeah. I still want to know what that long line redacted here is. That's so weird. We have a security report, local rumors, the background here. A recent security operation was performed among the citizens of Bright Falls and Watery. The goal of this operation was to ascertain public knowledge and opinion of the lake house and its operations. Summary. The following information was gained through covert listening and informal questioning. The local public appears to view the area around the lake house with fear. This is, of course, the intended reaction, as the Bureau has publicly marked the area as dangerous due to volcanic gases. However, there is a specific rumor among the public regarding a government facility in the woods run by mad scientists, yes, taking people for experimentation. This rumor seems particularly popular among the local youth, and its proximity to the truth is cause for concern. Worst case outcome would be an increase in curiosity or possibly even aggression. It is possible that this is even the reason for the lake house's security breach back in blah, blah, blah. Oh, didn't we read about a security breach to the lake house? That was that in a that wasn't Tim. There were kids that got in. Wasn't it the two at the beginning of Alan Wake 2? I can't remember. I think Saga learned something about a break-in or some people going to the lake house, but action to be taken. Security personnel will continue to monitor youth chatter. If the rumors continue, disseminating a cover story may be required, perhaps even fabricated signage for an American Volcano Commission type institution. So the lake house had a security breach back in, and the date has been removed, and the date of this is also removed. Yeah, date redacted at the top here. Okay, that's a lot of world building in just a couple of little places. I still am worried about, because we've got the post-it notes, we've got these weird circles of things. We've also got the fact that the oldest house has been on lockdown for who knows how long. What was this one again? This was the oldest house lockdown report. This is wild. There's so much world building in such a small space, in such a simple space. And we've already been here for, I don't even know, 10 plus minutes, 15 minutes. And I haven't done anything because there's so much to learn and piece together. And, oh, does this mean this? Does this mean that? This was also a circle, by the way. The doodle was a circle. I don't know if it's circling something or just a circle. There's obviously multiple circles up there, but these freaking water coolers still doing the blub blub blub. We have a water drip. That makes sense. Yeah, these Richter scale things went absolutely mad. We don't have a key to get in here. Oh. Did we not need a key? We just busted through? Okay. Oh, this door unlocked? I thought the door to the elevator unlocked. Oh, this was the door I unlocked. Okay. Sure. I thought it was the door downstairs. Ground floor, sublevel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Facility status is green. Okay. Power core transport and handling techniques. So then we're going to have power cores. Level-wide lockdown protocol procedures. When apricot grade security threat is detected on a sublevel, the entire floor will enter lockdown. During lockdown, all staff must shelter in place while threat is removed, contained, or otherwise disposed of. During lockdown, doors will automatically close and lock, preventing the spread of dangerous material or unrestrained entities. Once lockdown is lifted, staff will be given verbal instruction regarding further safety requirements. The dangers of doodling? Well, someone was doodling cats. Someone was doodling cats on post-it notes, and then there's a spread of post-it notes. I guess I should call them sticky notes, since post-it notes is a brand name, not an item. FBC is aware of the size and weight of power cores despite the issue. Power cores will continue to be used by the FBC facilities due to their efficiency or efficacy as para-resistant energy source. This decision has been made for the safety and security of FBC personnel. To prevent injury, follow the guideline when handling power cores. Use 2 hands to lift and carry. Bend your back, hips, and knees slightly when beginning to lift. Avoid twisting your back while carrying. Keep power core close to your waist while carrying. Keep your head up while carrying, eyes forward. Move smoothly while carrying, and place bureau power core on the ground before adjusting grip. So, someone was doodling the cats from that desk over there where the post-its were spreading, the sticky notes. Yeah. Okay. We have a key card. I guess the security personnel must have been doodling. That may have been their normal desk. This is their security post because they have cat pictures. And it's a cute cat. Look at this tech. It's so Cold War era. It's because the oldest house doesn't like digital. It has to be as analog as possible. Because literally the oldest house. So then is this built with like a chunk of the oldest house? That's why it has stilt leg roots? Who the hell knows, man? Okay. Yeah, you cannot make art near the lake. Yep. You cannot make art near the lake. Well, tech compatibility, sure. It is, at least what I have heard, Bricky and some other video essayists talk about Control, as well as what we've read about Control, and now I definitely want to do another playthrough of Control now with like wider eyes, because I just know so much more than when I first played it. Is that the oldest house itself, the entity, the oldest house, the tree turned into a house, the paranatural entity that it is, does not like high-tech technology. It doesn't. Which is why everything looks like it's sort of Cold War era-ish. There could be other knock-on effects, for sure, but it is the fact that the oldest house as a character, a thing, does not like it. Oh, we can choose any floor? I guess we have to go... I mean, we're just going to go in order, I guess. We probably have to bounce around, maybe? So we need something...
Access denied. Access denied.
Okay, so we have to figure out stuff on 1, 2, and 3 before we go to 4 and 5. Of course, they have an evil lair. They have a sub-basement. A basement below the basement. So I guess we'll just go down 1 floor.
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts.
Estevez to team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to... Oh, shit!
Level 1.
How is her walkie-talkie working inside of an elevator? Anyone that ever had a cell phone knows these are black holes. So I guess we're going to go to level 1 regardless of which one we clicked on.
Agent Estevez, what's your status?
This is so cool. Dude, I love the Control universe. It's so cool. Oh.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now. Belay that order. Shit.
Oh,
A
well.
threshold event had hit the lake house.
Yeah.
Now it was... Where's the fucking elevator?
Oh, I interrupted her dialogue. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
Okay. Priority 1, get the lights on.
Standing around in the dark near Cauldron Lake. You're not smart?
That is so cool. Man, I gotta replay Control. As much as I think Alan Wake is super cool, the Control vibes are...
What the fuck was that?
Are way more my speed. Yes, because it's a Souls-like, sure. I'm a simp for FromSoft games. Alright, well there's some goo monsters here or something. Hear something slurping around. It's all paint too, by the way. So clearly the painter... got a little... We're gonna fight like weird paint monsters? Like, not to bury the lead. I know there are like monsters in this DLC. I have to look up stuff to like... Whoop, we got some ammo crates. Batteries, very good. I have to look up media for like thumbnails and whatever. So all I've seen is like the photos that they've released. These are all canvases? Oh, there's got to be some like maybe some canvas moving slate puzzle in the future here. Okay, you have a power core. Hey, paint monsters, what's up? Let's do it. Yeah, the painter could have been very corrupted by darkness, that's for sure. It's crazy how big this space feels now with all these stupid walls. It really makes you very claustrophobic. It really makes you really. I stutter when I'm nervous. Yeah. I don't think there's any... Is there any monsters actually in here, or just the noise to creep me out? Are these not canvases? Are these... They're not made of black stone. Oh, I guess there's a canvas draped over the... Okay. It looks like it's the same stuff that the walls are made out of. It's the same stuff the walls are made out of. Yeah, I think the slishy sounds are just... Oh, so we're going security cards, Jesse style. The security 2. Oh, thank you. They've learned. The map in Control was a little bit of a nightmare because it never actually... If you found something, it wouldn't give you like an icon you have to remember. I had, I don't even know, 20 plus lines of notes text trying to remember all the places I had needed to go back to in Control. But now in Alan Wake 2, when you see something that you can interact with, it pops up a little sticker on the map. Like the, power core and the light relays over here. So are the paintings alive? Are the squishy paintings alive?
That is not a regulation FBC weapon.
This is teasing weapons in Firebreak. Yep.
Can't open it from the side.
Need to get in there somehow. Okay, so that door, security 2. Yeah, it looks like one of the weapons in Firebreak. Which I'm under the impression that they may be making those weapons with altered items. Well, here's the actual power core.
I wish they'd make these things lighter. The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Now, good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear.
Hear all the paint getting mad. So it's combat the moment I slap this thing in, right? Let's go. Cue the music. Or I'm assuming that the paint's gonna get mad when I turn the light on. Adouche! Oh, damn it. The freaking overlay turned on.
Back.
Get out of here. No? They are holding this jump scare for a long time. I mean, the best jump scares build anticipation, right? You know they're going to happen. You just don't know when. Also, that's all the light in this room? That's it? Yeah, it's the anxiousness, the anxiety. Yeah. I think the paint is alive. We're gonna put like weird paint monsters. Because you can hear it when you walk past it. That's super cool. Yeah, see? We've got the rain stick effect. So I want to click this. I want to click this door. Nope. Okay. Screw you, room. Something to read there. We got a lockdown room. They do have Blackstone here. And of course the thermos is here. Why wouldn't it be? Of course there's a thermos. I don't know. Save here, I guess. We didn't need to do any saving in the previous one. Because all of the individual... Really? Why put things in with no loot? There was no need to save during the previous Night Springs DLCs because they were all like an hour long. To mess with me? I mean, for sure. That is correct. So are they going to be the bosses at the end, I wonder? Or is the painter going to be the boss? Does closing the door matter? Probably not. Might make the jump scare worse. Okie doke. This is old. These are those old binders. Research order. As the lake house continues to make progress towards its goal, various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes, directed by Dr. and Dr. Marmot, led by Dr. Campbell. I have solved all of those. As an art form, has shown viability in its ability to connect with the Cauldron Lake threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research across the lake house, effective immediately. Research teams will be briefed on how to utilize the effective elements of the nursery rhymes into their own work. Note: Dr. Campbell and his team are being reassigned. They will continue to develop their work on nursery rhymes outside the lake house. Any exposure risks related to performing confidential work outside the facility's premises have been acknowledged and accepted by the co-heads of research. Signed, Dr. Diana and Jules. I mean, this obviously all happened before we figured out all the nursery rhymes. And clearly, those were small little blippity blops. And very small bumps in the fabric of reality. But we also know, which we could watch them here if you want to see the New Game Plus version of Alan Wake 2, as there are different both lore pieces and videos. We know that in the End of Control, something happened to Dr. Darling. He astral planed himself. He ascended. He blip blop zoobity zopped out of existence. Didn't know if he was dead or not. In the New Game Plus of Alan Wake 2, we do find out that he is on some other plane of existence. Because there's that one scene, which of course got copyright claimed out of all of my Control videos on YouTube, where Jesse's in the Ocean View Motel and Casino, and it's the dance sequence with Dr. Darling. That's after he blinked into another state of being. And you get some more with Dr. Darling in Alan Wake 2 through like video communications or something. So he is no longer at the oldest house, that's for sure. This was 3/10/2023. No date. Threshold linking experiment progress report by Dr. Jules Marmont. The work to create a stable link between our reality and that of the blah, 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 continues. Astral plane? Astral plane could fit there. Progress is good with all the teams reporting high confidence that a successful connection will soon be possible. Jessie figured it out, but she figured it out and she's cut off from the outside world, so no one else knows. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way to that achieves our goal were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard the avenue of research and focus solely on a much more viable one. Our new hypothesis states that the threshold's energies, and thus its reality-altering effect, are drawn to pieces of art that contain significant levels of emotion. Oh, so it's just Dynamis from Final Fantasy XIV? This whole game is just Dynamis? This is supported by a clear trend in the data we have gathered over the years. If we can identify and quantify the emotion of an art piece, how do you do that? It's going to be different for every single person, both the creator and the onlooker. Our work will speed up considerably. Work has already proceeded with an immediate focus on developing devices capable of measuring the level of emotion in any given piece of art. For now, our research will continue to focus solely on the art produced by Subject P. While no pieces of his have yielded successful results outside of their assistance in discovering the redacted pages, manuscript pages, his proven status as a para-utilitarian makes his work the most suitable research material. See, now these extra files it links to, I wonder if these files, or some of the files, because we've gotten, you know, the F215, 3821, yada yada. There's a lot of files that are labeled like that I wasn't reading through in Control, because I didn't really know all their significance. I can't read this, the sticky note. I can't read it anymore here either. Attention, missing Blackrock from Jules to staff. Attention all staff, there's a significant amount of Blackrock missing from sublevel 5. I expect this is a misunderstanding and someone has taken into another floor by mistake. If you did this, respond to this message and we will fix the problem. Blackrock is a precious material and only have so much of it now at the oldest house being closed. That's not good. Pages request. Perry, do not release any of those pages. Tell Diana and those fools on Project Arbitus that we misplaced them. An unfortunate filing accident. Tell them we are confident the pages will resurface in 2 or 3 weeks. We are too busy making progress to look for them right now. Be sure you say we are making progress, just as I wrote it at above. Regards, Dr. Jules. How do you... I guess it happens. We're only human, right? How do you misplace these manuscript pages? Sensitivity Rinder from H. Kingston. That's the security guy. Or the, sorry, facility administrator, I guess. Not the security guy specifically. Hello, a general reminder that nut allergies are a serious health issue and making light of them is not appropriate workplace behavior for anyone of any seniority level. Bringing nuts to the office is a health risk and should be avoided for everyone's safety. Pie Day. This is from Jules. To celebrate the arrival of fall, I have brought a variety of seasonal pies from the local diner you all seem to love so much. The members of Project Ramnus. Can someone look up this Ramnus and Arbitus? Are those, I don't know, Norse words, Greek words, something? Are those words that are connected to something else as code names, or are they just fake words? Members of Project Romnus can enjoy them in the lobby near my office. All other staff should visit the other Dr. Marmot's office and see if she brought pie. Also, despite the ridiculous dramatics of last year, I have purchased the delicious pecan-filled pies. Dude, pecan pie is so good. It is so good. They're plants. Interesting. I'm also wondering if the fact that they had Pie Day and there are so many circles upstairs, did something happen with the pie? Because a pie is obviously a circle. And security reminder from B. Lopez, IT specialist. Please remember to lock your computer before leaving your station when you have time. This is the same what we saw upstairs. That's about locking the computer, which maybe what that post-it says, that sticky note. There's a lot of world building. Oh, crap.
First off, a huge thank you to everyone here. The lake house has made amazing strides in researching the A.W.E. here at Cauldron Lake. Great work, team. I wanted to come in person so I could check in on the latest work. I won't get in the way. It's not our view, so no reason to be scared. Do you hear that, Dr. Marmot? While I'm here, I want to focus on the relationship between the shadow and the A.W.E. site below the lake. The theory that the shadow even originates from the dimension this threshold is tapping into is compelling. Eventually, I want to understand how this dimension manages to convert subjective elements like art into objective reality. What are the constraints of this phenomenon? Can it, say, create altered items or even objects of power simply by manifesting them via a piece of art? These are the things we need to know to accurately classify the shadow. I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow. So, any and all proposals are welcome. Anything testing art's effect on reality by using the shadow's energy is preferred. To find answers, we'll first need a lot of data. No wrong answers. And when I return to the oldest house, I'll take back anything we end up with to run against a classified project called Hedron to build a comparative data set. I wish I could tell you more. It's very, very exciting. Non-physical forces impacting. No, sorry, I really can't. It is. You know what? Maybe some of you can come visit. We'll have to get you clearance, of course, but maybe that can. You know what? I don't want to take the entire day talking. So, the shadow represents a whole new area of research, and I couldn't be more excited to start digging in. It is a great new world, people.
Well,
The lake house's research went way beyond studying Cauldron Lake's threshold.
you think?
Playing with paranatural forces, it never goes well, Saga. This is exactly why we lock up people like Wake.
Yeah. Oh. Is this gonna turn on the lights outside? And make the angry paint monsters come to life? I guess we'll try. God, this is so cool. I gotta replay Control. I'm gonna buy it for like $8 on Steam, even though I already own it on Epic. Just to, I mean, it'll give a few more bucks to Remedy because of the holiday sale, but also all the achievements are connected on the Steam version, and there are no achievements on the Epic version. Of course, because I just gotta replay it and just do all the, make sure I do all the achievements, soak up as much of that game as possible. It's so cool. Wait, those names are also geometric thingamajigs? Are they? Are they geometric things, not plants? Now I got conflicting stories about if they're plants or geometric things. All right, button time. Yep. Oh, we moved a few of them. What is it doing? Hit it again. Does it put them back? Oh, okay. Well, clearly it's opening a door that I can go into. Or she can do the flip arounds too. Okay. She has the flip around. Something tells me I'm going to start blasting. So let's save right here, because that was a whole lot of extra dialogue and everything else. Everything you're getting back from searching is plant related. Well, the oldest house is a plant. Maybe. Kind of. Trees are plants, right? No circles on this desk or anything. All right, combat time. Come here, bitches. Let's tango. Come here, you weird paint monsters. Let's heckin' go. Yeah, change the layout of the room now. Man, that gooey sound is so unsettling. Big paintbrush. Yeah, see? Yeah, so hold on. Okay, nothing when you can see them like that. Ah! Ah! Gooey paint people! Oh, here we go.
If you can understand me, I am an agent of the...
Oh, can I not fight them? Do I need the other gun? Uh-oh.
What the fuck were those things?
Maybe I need the other gun, which I need a security card too. I need an altered weapon. Ah, this is setting up Firebreak like crazy. We only have security keycard 1. Can we go down to 2 now? Because we need clearance 2 to go back to that room and get. It looked like it looked like my flashlight did nothing, and my bullets did nothing. Angry paint people. Can we go to 2?
Okay, deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but you can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths, then get to work. Find the source, collapse the threshold.
Mirror, please hold. Please hold.
Now where am I?
Hold. Please hold.
What is that?
That's a painting of the shadow. This is so wild. I love this. This is so cool. Yes, Kiran, talk to the painting.
If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand? Well, I'll be damned.
This is fine. What the hell?
So what kind of entity are you? You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can work with that.
Is it the painter from Alan Wake 1? I mean, subject P, subject painter. It's the guy on the balcony that we saw one scene of. I mean, considering one of the DLCs for Control also dealt with Hartman, who was the doctor from Alan Wake 1. This is now the painter.
I just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation?
1,000 paintings used grow.
that mean?
No brush, a self-portrait!
Okay, hey, calm down.
Fire in his eyes and hands and bones!
You need to cease all hostility right
Ah, of course, yep.
now. Bad news? That thing is really pissed off.
Yeah.
Good news. It didn't try to kill me.
Yet.
Baby steps.
My map updated. Panel control switch. Power core light, yes. Unknown weapon. We could, I guess we saw security 3 in there. Locked door. Security clearance 2 required. Unidentified hostile entities. Elevator moved. Painting production. It shifts in the room. I love these. I love the notes she's writing. Like she's unfolding the map and writing on it as she understands stuff. Is so cool. It really could. In an RPG, which this in a way is, you're not getting skill points, I don't think, on Kiran, but on like Alan and Saga you do. It's still an RPG, or RPG elements within a survival horror game. Like Control is an RPG through and through, right? It's an action RPG. This, when you play a game as not your character that you've created, things that connect you, at least I think, to that character is learning with that character. Because when you're playing in Baldur's Gate 3, you made your own avatar. Of course, as it happens naturally, you learn with your own character. That has to also happen when you're playing someone else. Like when you're playing as Cloud in the Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth trilogy, right? When Cloud learns things, you learn them too. If Cloud just knows things that are never explained to you as the player, you're not as connected to the character you're playing because they already know shit that you don't know. And sure, Cloud does that, but through, again, the Rebirth remake games, those playthroughs are also very much on the YouTube channel as well if you haven't watched them. Exhaustively, may I add. All the weird flashbacks with Genova and stuff, and the Mako poisoning him. He's seeing things, remembering things from his past that he knew, but now you, the player, know. So like this stuff connects you to Kiran. Like she's learning about this stuff. She's writing these notes, and that connects you with her because you're not playing as you in this video game. You're playing as different characters. This is really neat. I really like this. It's really subtle, but it definitely connects you to the character you're playing, because you're essentially playing a role. You're not playing yourself. That's really neat. As Saga doing her case board in her mind palace, that's how she learned, so you learned, right? Alan, when he was going through the scenes in his dark place, he was learning about the scenes and recounting them to you to learn with him. That's a really good storytelling technique that pulls you into the character you're playing, because obviously you didn't start from scratch. It's really cool. So I guess we go to 3 now because we can't, nothing on 2.
Angry living paintings are not typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card.
Huh.
Something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape. Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty sundae.
Sublevel 3.
Sublevel 3. Page development. Page development. Like the manuscript pages? Oh, good. An ajar door in a survival horror game? I wonder what that could mean. Is this a Blackstone threshold? I think so. A threshold within a threshold? Oh, good. Blood. By the ajar door. Nothing bad could happen when you go inside, right? Please wait here. It looks like a fire break door. Yeah, the ones that would like close down. Yeah. Yeah. This DLC is teasing Firebreak so hard. We've got another movie projector whirling up in the other room. Dude, oh my, this is... Yeah. One of the Firebreak characters wears this, like, welder's mask. Yeah. And this is like a workshop. They, like, were making stuff in here. See? Interesting. Also, the weird, creepy music box music playing. Hello? I don't know what these things are. C1 auto typer machine. Oh, auto typers. So they were making machines to type manuscript pages. Now, see, if they had the technology of the outside world that wasn't super analog. Although this CD player is pretty digital. Yeah, they have to make machines to hit every single key to type pages. The auto typer. Circle. Paper circles. Refinement process. This is 2 years ago. Attention, output, and calibration. Or attention to detail, output, and calibration. The automatic typing device, the ATD, will produce writing mimicry, that of Alan Wake, known para-utilitarian, with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Mr. Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATD must be evaluated and graded based on its similarity to Wake's original style. The pages will be graded using the following criteria. Comprehensibility. This is the most basic of criteria. The page must use language and develop stories in an understandable, organic way. Style. The page must accurately mimic the typical style of Wake's writing, using pages in the Lake House's possession as reference. Oh, so they have a bunch of pages too. Like original pages. Tone. The page must accurately mimic the typical tone of Wake's writing, using pages in the Lake House's possession as reference. Style, tone, and content all say very similar things. Mimic the typical style, the tone, typical tone, and typical content. That's a little confusing. It's very similar. I guess style would be how the sentences are structured. Tone would be the emotions that the pages elicit, and content would be the actual writings on each page. Like even like what down to like what words he uses. Once pages are graded, they'll be fed into the algorithm. Oh, good. Algorithms. We know those are totally okay and fine, right? As preferred reference material, thus continuously refining the writing produced by the ATDs until they can produce near identical stories to Alan Wake. Once that is achieved, we will provide instructions to the ATD on what to write, effectively gaining control of Wake's ability to link with the Shadow's power. But why, though? They also look like crazy torture devices. It's all these like individual like nails, essentially. There's like little cylinders of metal to depress every key. Do not copy Wake manuscript pages. Indeed. Oh, emergency, seek shelter. Okay. On this level. Yo, bullets that do nothing. Woohoo! Oh, we got a audio tape. Organizational update about a year ago. Well, earlier the year, because it's still 2023 again in this game. Moving forward, research of the lake house will be divided into two distinct projects. Projects X 132 A.W. So, Alan Wake, codenamed Arbutus, will focus on studying the writing of Alan Wake, I would assume, with Dr. Diana Marmont serving as project director. And Project C 43210RL. So I'm assuming RL was the name of the painter. I forgot the painter's name from Alan Wake 1. I'm sure someone might look it up just to confirm. Was his name RL? What was his initials? Because it's power, they wanted to see if it could be controlled. Well, sure, yeah. Codenamed Ramnus, or Romnus, will focus on studying Redacted and his work, with Dr. Jules Marmont serving as project director. Soon we will, staff will soon be notified regarding their project assignments and any required desk changes. Your patience is requested during this reorganization. This is a confidential facility matter and is not to be discussed with external agents or teams. If you have any questions, please contact me directly. Signed, Harry Kingston. Oops. All right.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls.
What?
I will beat Jules to the finish line.
Who are the 2 writers? Was it the couple from the beginning of this game that stumbled upon the cult ritual? Perhaps.
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit?
Yeah.
Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
See, now, the manuscript page itself, words per sentence, 12 to 1, 6.71, is co-heads, one word or two. Style contains dialogue, clipped phrases, third person, omniscient, broad timeline, story concepts, Marmonts, Diane and Jules, FBC, Lake House, conflict, water, dark. So this is this the real page? Or is this one the real page?
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas.
Rudolph Lane.
He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed, but the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
The weird thing is, these are real pages. So of course that's why the Marmonts are getting at each other, is because it was written. So here's the words per sentence, character style, character-centric Lane. So I guess his name was Rudolph Lane, the painter from the first game. Past tense, clipped phrasing, higher adjective usage, focused timeline. Rudolph Lane, paint, odor, Marmonts, and hate and conflict. Yeah. As we know, it was written into, so it does become reality, which is why these two are at odds with each other, is because maybe on purpose, they were purposefully, also a bloody footprint on the inside, they were purposefully made to be live test subjects, if you will.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
She's stuck in a loop.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
She's stuck.
There was a crack.
Is this how many pages they were making?
Let the lake in. Could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was
yeah, that could go really poorly.
Just content for the experiment.
Excuse me, chairs, you're in the damn way. Project Arbutus. Arbutus. Like arbiter.
In the lake house.
This is gonna be weird to read out loud when she's talking.
But the water could not
And
flow.
I can't stop the projector. If I walk away, will it stop?
Went bad. The truth was controlled here.
Nope. Okie dokie.
Just content for the
Get ready for some brain confetti. Initial findings reports Edward Franklin Booker. Oh. Born in New York City, New York. Currently resides in New York, New York. Married to Tamantha Booker. No known children or dependents. Located Bright Falls, Washington. This is the FBC agent that left.
The truth was controlled
right?
here. The art was not art.
Writer and director of
just
5
content
stage
of the
plays,
experiment.
unsuccessful. Or this is a different... Is Booker... Sounds like he's the other writer. Not the FBI agent, or FBC agent, rather.
The Marmonts had let
Confirmed
the lake
artist,
in,
yeah. Author,
but the
playwright.
water could
Sorry,
not
missing up
flow.
my people. What was the other guy's last name? There's too many people in this damn universe.
Went bad.
Disclaimer.
truth was
Background
controlled
investigation
here. The art
performed
was
in a
not
very short
art,
amount of time per
just
instruction. As a
content of the
result, the information
experiment.
contained in this report is not comprehensive and possibly erroneous. This is the other 2 people that came to Bright Falls. Oh, and then
There was a
Tamantha
crack in the
Madison
lake house.
Booker.
The Marmonts had let the lake
Born in
in,
Atlanta, Georgia, currently
but
resides
the
in New
water
York, New
could
York.
not
Married to
flow.
Edward Franklin Booker.
It became
And on children or
trapped,
dependents.
stagnant,
No
went
apparent
bad.
criminal affiliations
The truth
found.
was
They both
controlled here.
Yeah.
The art was not art. Just content
located in
of
Bright
the
Falls.
experiment.
Author of 3 commercially successful true crime books. First publication was a poetry collection. Unsuccessful. She's hit it with author and poet instead of playwright.
There was a crack in the lake house.
Okay.
The Marmonts
These are
had
the
let the lake in,
2 people
but the
that
water could
were
not
they're
flow.
monitoring.
It became trapped, stagnant. went bad.
I forgot the other names of the other people. The Bookers are the 2 from the start of the game. Yeah. Ed and what was her? How was her name pronounced? Tamatha? I think he called her Tammy or something. Yeah, Tamatha. Those are their full names versus. I think we just heard they were just. It was Ed and Tammy. Yeah, they were the 2, the couple that we saw that. Well, they found the cult happening at the very start of of this game, when Nightingale was getting. Well, he'd become a Taken, and the cult was trying to stop that by cutting out his heart and using the clicker inside of it to stop that Taken. Obviously, it didn't work because we at the time thought that they were doing bad stuff, but they were actually doing good stuff, or neutral stuff. Because the cult of the tree was actually not against what we were trying to do with the game and the overall story. But then they didn't know that, so then we interviewed them at the beginning of the game at the Oh Dear Diner. Yeah. Nightingale is the FBC agent that left. Well, FBI from the first game that got taken, that came out of the lake all those years later. Yes. Yeah. That was Nightingale. Okay. There's so many characters. Yeah. Nightingale, FBI agent. Yeah. We're getting there. We're putting the pieces back together. That's a lot. There we go. Yeah. Breaker. Time Breaker. But that was his. It wasn't Tim's. Was it Tim's father? Because Tim wasn't. Tim and his cousin were just. They just became sheriffs and whatever in Bright Falls. But yeah, it was his father from the first game. Is the retired FBI agent. Yeah. Or FBC agent, sorry. Yeah. Good God. Okay. That's it for this first part. That's a lot of setup and world building, and I only fired my gun a few times, but I don't think... I'm getting the feeling that Kiran's not going to be super combat related. I'm sure she will have, because she does have gun, and we will get that other gun. Maybe we need to get the altered weapon first, which we need to find the key card to do so, which we don't have the key card yet. So we're trying to find the key card, and then we can go back up. Oh, good. More boxes full of nothing. Damn it!